Fired 2 days after my wedding. My wife and I have been working at this research clinic since April. It was both of our first jobs after college and we planned on being there a while. When we started, we disclosed to HR that we were a couple and they didn't have a problem with it and even helped us with some documents we needed for name changes. 1 month before the wedding, we put in a request for unpaid time off, and it was approved just before we left. That was also the day I put in a complaint about a supervisor making fun of my disability. So we come back to work yesterday and everything is fine. Good even. Worked today too until an hour ago. My boss calls me and my wife in. Yell at us for being irresponsible. For not telling him that we were a couple. And that we abandoned our jobs. Which I accused him of not being truthful because we were obviously being fired since he was asking us to turn in our keycards. He goes on and on for an hour while we just sit there trying to talk to him. Finally, we both decided to just walk out and not put up with him. Now we are both jobless and have savings for a month. Fuck work. Edit. Out of curiosity, I reached out to my direct supervisor and some other people over me and they were all shocked by the news. This manager just lost it IG. Also, thank you all for the suggestions. Applying for unemployment, filing a complaint, and talking to an employment lawyer tomorrow. Both file for unemployment and get an attorney. Did you CC yourself on the disability complaint? Because you being that to an employment lawyer tomorrow if you can back it up. So both the relationship and time off was approved. And there's a disability complaint? Consulting a lawyer sounds like an option. Likely retaliation. If you have any documentation, testimonies of your relationship being acknowledged beforehand and/or your time off being granted, that will help immensely. After that, you will want proof that work did not contact you during the time off. An employer will rarely shrug their shoulders when two people know for days on end. And they never let you go through nearly 2 days back before getting rid of you. So obviously get a lawyer, and if there is so much as a cent of your disability even having a part in your firing, let alone if your wife was fired because of her husband's disability, you will be set for life. Same deal if the boss was abusing his power, i.e. punishing you and wife because of unrequited feelings. Also, for the love of God, get everything in writing as a primary and record every conversation. You literally cannot have too much data on your side. My husband got fired for something he didn't do when our preemie, 2 mo early, was in the NICU, and I was in ICU from a stroke. That phone call was for someone else's benefit if he knew you were a couple before that. He's covering his ass somehow. Wow. I got laid off 48 hours before my wedding a few years ago. The idiot owner was busy running the company into the ground and couldn't make payroll. So he had to let me and a few others go. The timing really sucked. And I spent my honeymoon worrying about how I would get paid again. At least it was prepaid. But still, I won't forgive the dude. If you liked the job, take a day together and go find a lawyer. They might be able to help you out. If everything happened as boldly as you say it did, they had no grounds to fire you. Clearly some degree of discrimination. Here's on out of the box. Run from academic research. Low pay. No respect. Sketchy financial situation. Op. This is outlandish. There is something going on here and I have a hunch. Just a hunch that there's something at play here. I rarely suggest litigation, but this may be the time for it. Regardless, congrats on your recent nuptials. If you went to HR about a supervisor making fun of your disability and then they fired you, you have a case against the company for discrimination and retaliation. It is illegal to fire someone for reporting discrimination in the workplace. And someone in management making fun of your disability is discrimination. Edited to add. File a complaint with the EEOC immediately. Lol, sounds to me like your manager was in love with your wife. Never let your boss chew you out for an hour like that. Please tell me you saved the email complaint that you sent about your boss making fun of your disability. And make sure to email your HR summarizing everything that was said in the meeting with your boss, where they fired you. You need to establish a paper trail and get a lawyer. If you have all of these documents, you probably have a case for retaliation, which is a legal termination. If someone was making fun of your disability, you have an ADA complaint. Your ex-boss could be liable. When I got married, I was young and a daycare teacher working minimum wage. My husband was in the military. When I started working there, I was single and on the very bottom rung of the totem pole and didn't even own a car. I had nothing. Now I'm married to a military man and have all the benefits that come with that. Plus, obviously, my priorities shifted and I had a reason to go home in the evening. When I got back from my honeymoon, I did notice a huge shift from management towards me. Resentment and hostility. It was strange. Why is that pervert acting like he has a right to know that you're a couple? What a nosy weirdo. Sounds like a good lawsuit emo. Question though, did you get fired or did you walk out? Just wondering, as I couldn't make it clear from your post. Could be worse. I had a manager who had just gotten promoted and then was fired a week after closing on a house and finding out his wife was pregnant.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.